welcome to you all. And thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the program. We remain your source for all the latest happening in the world of business. My name is Loretta. You are warmly welcome. On the lineup this week, first we bring you our fireside chat with Dr. Muda Yusuf, Chief Executive Officer Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, where he shared his thoughts on the recapitalization of the insurance industry. According to him, the recapitalization was extremely necessary to enable Nigerian insurance companies on the right big-ticket risks, especially in the oil and gas sector. Let's take a listen.
Leveraging technology is very key to the transformation of any sector. We can see what the fintech had done in the financial service, particularly in the banking sector. You can see the kind of revolution that it has. The same thing can happen with insurance. We can leverage the technology, leverage the fintech to be able to deliver more products to the last mile, to majority of those people who are currently not insured, just as we are seeing in the banking sector. So there's a lot of leverage that technology can bring, to ensure that we improve insurance penetration and insurance cover.
On this edition also, we will bring you highlights from the 2026 Oriental News Conference, which was organized recently under the theme Accelerating Decarbonization Initiative in Nigerian Extractive Industry through Broad Regulatory Reforms at the Radisson Blu Hotel, Ikeja. The event was well attended by critical stakeholders. Let's check out Exempt.
To scaling clean energy infrastructure across Africa. We therefore need motivative financing models, blended finance, green bonds, carbon markets, and long-term investment frameworks that reduce project risk and encourage greater private sector participation.
What more can I say than to urge you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the lineup. Details shortly. Please stay with us.
Voting is now open for the 2026 Almond Insurance Industry Awards in the various categories: Insurance CEO of the Year, General Insurance Company of the Year, Life Insurance Company of the Year, Insurance Broking Company of the Year, Insurance Broker of the Year, Insurance Woman of the Year, Insurer or Broker, Micro Insurance Company of the Year, Takaful Insurance Company of the Year, Most Valuable Insurance Customer of the Year. To vote, please visit the award website www.almondinsuranceindustry.awards.com to vote your choice using your OTP. Voting is free. Stamp your approval. Let your vote count. Voting opens 6th of August 2026 and closes 6th of September 2026. Almond Insurance Industry Awards. Rewarding excellence.
Well, capital is part of the problem because with the capitalization, you have the capacity to take bigger businesses, to ensure bigger assets. Because we have seen situations where there are some sectors where we don't have a very strong presence of our domestic insurance business. For instance, oil and gas, telcos, and some other big sectors like that, where because of the weak capitalization, our insurance, companies cannot cover, the insurance business in those sectors. So for me, I think the capacity of the insurance industry to be able to do bigger businesses is also correlated to their capital base. So to some extent, I will say that the capitalization is important in order to create bigger opportunities for bigger insurance businesses across some critical sectors of the economy. But that is not the only issue. Of course, there are other issues. There are issues of perception of the public, of insuring public, about the insurance sector, especially because of the issues of claims. Because there's a lot of stories about the fact that when it's time for claims to be paid, there will be stories, insurance companies are reluctant, and so on and so on. So that has created a major perception problem. So the operators in the sector have a very big responsibility to change that narrative, to change that perception, especially to change that perception about the insurance sector, regarding claims. Because at the end of the day, the whole essence of insurance is that if there is an issue, you should be able to have a fallback position, to cover losses and all of that. If there is a credibility problem that has been created as a result of experience of some people, or as a result of the experience of even people who are already insured, that has had a very negative impact, on the insurance culture generally. So these are some of the things I think we need to do, to ensure that we reposition the insurance industry properly, to ensure that we have better insurance, penetration and better, perception about the insurance industry. Well, the process has been good, but I know that the capitalization is coming almost at the same time as the banking sector recapitalization. So that has created a lot of competition, demand for resources in the capital market. But I'm very optimistic because there has been a lot of momentum generally in the capital markets, either for IPOs or for new offers and things like that. So I'm optimistic that we are likely to see a lot more interest, in the capitalization process. We are likely to see some more positive outcomes. But certainly, there are a lot of competition for resources. And when you begin to compete with banks, insurance and banks, competing, that could pose some challenge. But I'm optimistic that given the level of improvement in the economy, given the liquidity in the economy generally, given the improvement in the capital market, I'm very optimistic that the outcomes will be very, very good. Well, we need to see a lot more sensitization, a lot more onboarding of small businesses in the insurance space. Because right now, the SMEs are almost practically not in that space, even as businesses, even as individuals, So we need to see a lot more in the SME space. We also need to see a lot more products that are aligned to developments in the economy, that are aligned to the different sectors of the economy, because the economy is evolving. A lot of things are happening, new sectors are developing, it's becoming more diversified, So all of these things need insurance. But unless we align the products to the dynamics of the economy, we may not be able to serve the economy very well. So understanding the economic dynamics is very, very important so that the insurance industry too can be more creative, can be more innovative in the creation of the right kind of insurance products that can fill all of those gaps. We are dealing with sectors that are evolving every day. Of course, the insurance demands will also change. And if the demand for insurance is changing, the products that will match that demand also has to change. So it requires a lot of creativity on the part of investors, on the part of the operators in the insurance industry to be able to align their products to changes in the economy. Because a lot of things are changing, new products are coming up, the economy is becoming more diversified, the nature of risk is also changing. And the whole essence of insurance is to be able to manage risk. So that dynamism, that flow, that alignment is very, very important to ensure that we have the right kind of penetration. Well, leveraging technology is very key to the transformation of any sector. We can see what the fintech had done in the financial services, particularly in the banking sector. You can see the kind of revolution that it has. The same thing can happen with insurance. We can leverage the technology, leverage the fintech to be able to deliver more products to the last mile, to majority of those people who are currently not insured, just as we are seeing in the banking sector. So there's a lot of leverage that technology can bring, to ensure that we improve insurance penetration and insurance cover. And we can also deliver a lot more products to more people using technology. So technology is going to bring a serious, significant, value to the whole process of ensuring delivery of insurance products, sensitization of people, getting more products and all of that, and reaching more people. That is the advantage that technology will bring.
Oriental News Nigeria, a foremost online news media, recently organized its 2026 conference under the theme Carbon Capture, Accelerating Decarbonization Initiative in Nigeria's Extractive Industry through Broad Regulatory Reforms at the Radisson Blu Hotel, Ikeja. The event, which was well attended by stakeholders across sectors, provided yet a platform for serious conversation. Welcoming guests to the conference, Mrs. Yemisi Izuora, publisher Oriental News Nigeria Online, noted that a well-protected environment will provide greater opportunities to explore our natural resources.
This conference with the theme Carbon Capture, Accelerating Decarbonization Initiatives in Nigeria's Extractive Industry through Broad Regulatory Reforms is bringing together top energy companies and experts, as well as key government agencies, to exchange innovative ideas on how to reduce carbon emissions in the energy sector and engage in knowledge sharing along individual industry perspective. We all understand the role the extractive industry plays in sustaining our economy, and at the same time, extraction of the resources also comes with environmental consequences. A well-protected environment, no doubt, gives us good health and provides greater opportunities to explore these natural resources. The conference also has a sub-theme, addressing finance challenges, investment strategies, operational sustainability, and climate change management. Today, we have assembled experts to engage critical stakeholders, including energy experts, industry leaders, to discuss how to minimize carbon emissions in the industry. I am convinced that we will be enriched from the knowledge that these great speakers will impart us in the course of the discussions.
In his goodwill message, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, Chairman Portland Gas Limited, said that financing remains a challenge to scaling clean energy infrastructure across Africa.
Financing remains one of the greatest barriers to scaling clean energy infrastructure across Africa. We therefore need motivative financing models, blended finance, green bonds, carbon markets, and long-term investment frameworks that reduce project risk and encourage greater private sector participation. Regulatory certainty, transparent policies, and attractive fiscal incentives will be instrumental in unlocking the billions of dollars required to transform Nigeria's energy landscape. Operational sustainability must equally remain at the heart of our industry. As we build new infrastructure, we must embrace digital technology, improve operational efficiency, minimize methane emission, strengthen environmental stewardship, and invest continuously in local capacity development.
In his opening remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Professor Silk Ogbu, Associate Professor of Management Communications, LBS, noted that everyone must begin to take the issue of environmental protection more seriously. Delivering the keynote address on behalf of Dr. Abba Abubakar Aliyu, MD CEO RIA, Mr. Gboyega Ayoade, stated that Nigeria's decarbonization pathway must be realistic.
Nigeria's decarbonization pathway must be realistic. We are a developing country with a growing population. Expanding energy demand and significant infrastructure deficits. Millions of Nigerians still require access to reliable electricity, as been alluded to by the speaker before me also. Businesses still face high energy costs. Public institutions still depend heavily on diesel. Industrial clusters struggle with unreliable power supply. Rural communities still need power for productive use. Therefore, the challenge before us is not simply to reduce emissions. The real challenge is to expand energy access, grow the economy, industrialize and reduce emissions at the same time. This is where renewable energy and decentralized clean power become strategic. For many years, the energy transition was sometimes presented as a trade-off between development and climate responsibility. But the evidence from Nigeria's renewable energy access experience shows the opposite. Clean energy can reduce emissions while improving livelihoods. It can lower the cost of production while improving reliability. It can serve communities that the conventional grid may not reach quickly. It can power hospitals, schools, markets, firms. It can also create new industries around solar, storage, metering, digital monitoring, installation, maintenance, and local manufacturing. In this sense, clean energy is not only an environmental solution, it is an economic development strategy.
The high point of the conference this year was the panel session which focused on the sub-theme of the conference, addressing finance challenges, investment strategies, operational sustainability, and climate change management. Panelists were Dr. Winklas Wogu, Head Compliance Data Pro Limited, Reverend Shola Adebawo, CEO, Hyphen Partners Limited, Chief Dr. Nana Okuribido, President Wari A, and Mrs. Nneka Obi, MD CEO, Deep Shores Energy. Moderator of session was Dr. Charles Ebironwu, Principal Consultant, Celto Consulting Nigeria Limited. In his submission during the panel session, Reverend Adebawo said Nigeria has made significant investments in gas gathering projects.
If we look at where we were 20 years ago compared to where we are today, it would be unfair to say there has been no improvement, because there have been significant investments in gas gathering projects, gas processing projects. There have been additional investment in pipelines. If you look at it, many industries, with the incentive that the PIA gave and the way government is driving the gas flare commercialization program, a lot of incentive is given to modular refining, which is all the efforts to convert wasted gas to commercial profit. Now, when you look at all of this, a lot of these were not there 20 years ago. So to that extent, you will see that the needle has moved. But has it moved significantly enough for us to be comfortable? That's where I come to the other part of your question. I think there is still room, significant room, to do a lot more. 2030 is just 4 years away. I mean, it's if you give a promise that you fulfill at that time, you just have 4 years to go. So if you look at that, the way that's been driven, some of the challenges that are making the progress slower than they could have been, there is infrastructural challenges. It's one thing. Somebody did mention that gas is not like crude oil that you can produce and keep until you find a buyer. No, you have to sell it before you even start producing, because it can't wait. So you need it. Part of the utilization that would help with the process is domestic usage, and there is not enough infrastructure to distribute gas. But thankfully, government has, NNPC has embarked on significant. AKK project has just been completed, waiting for it to be commissioned. The ELPS 2 is running parallel to ELPS 1, and the OB3, the magical OB3, is also rested. So all of these are connecting across the east, west, and the north. So these are great improvement. But as great as they are not functioning to capacity just yet. So we need more infrastructure to ensure distribution of gas. And then also, there is also the issue of economics. So the locations of where this processing plant, where gas is captured, doing net zero, capturing this thing is not as profitable. And somebody did talk about that. Economics have to be right. If you're a small producer, you're going to need about multiple people to collaborate with before, so it's not an investment decision that you alone can make. So until you find somebody who finds the economics agreeable to them, you're going to be flaring. Regulatory coordination. Institutions of government that are meant to manage, enhance, regulate need to work together. And there are multiple of them. There is the NUPRC, NMDPRA, there is the Federal Ministry of Petroleum, both acts, there is the NNPC themselves, and there are operators. Everybody needs to work together. Sometimes when institutions are implementing regulations in silo without consideration to overlapping realities in other institutions, it slows down implementation. So that regulatory institutional coordination is very critical.
There is no doubt that Nigeria's decarbonization strategy core pillars of scaling solar and decentralizing grids to reach 100% electricity access with a 50% renewable share by 2030 is still a long shot away. Experts believe, however, that unless government key into some innovative financing, the decarbonization project might just be a wishful thinking.
Voting is now open for the 2026 Almond Insurance Industry Awards in the various categories: Insurance CEO of the Year, General Insurance Company of the Year, Life Insurance Company of the Year, Insurance Broking Company of the Year, Insurance Broker of the Year, Insurance Woman of the Year, Insurer or Broker, Micro Insurance Company of the Year, Takaful Insurance Company of the Year, Most Valuable Insurance Customer of the Year. To vote, please visit the award website www.almondinsuranceindustry.awards.com to vote your choice using your OTP. Voting is free. Stamp your approval. Let your vote count. Voting opens 6th of August 2026 and closes 6th of September 2026. Almond Insurance Industry Awards. Rewarding excellence.
That is our time on the program this week, and many thanks for your time. Join us again, same station, same time next week with a fresh episode Voting has officially opened for the 2026 Almond Insurance Industry Award. Visit the website almondinsuranceindustry.awards.com to vote your choice. Don't forget to connect with us on all our social media platforms. My name is Loretta. Until next time, it's a goodbye from the team.